we know as of this time. This was the 6th officer-involved shooting this year, and it is the 3rd non-fatal officer-involved shooting this year. In comparison to last year, we had 16 officer-involved shootings, 9 of which were fatal, 7 of which were non-fatal. The location of this officer-involved shooting was in the 1900 block of West McDonald Avenue in North Las Vegas, Nevada. You can see the scene to my left. The officer involved in this incident is Jeanette Gutierrez. She's 38 years old and has been employed with the LVMPD since 2016. Officer Gutierrez was equipped with a Glock 19 9mm handgun equipped with a tactical light. The investigation revealed that she fired 7 rounds during this incident. Officer Gutierrez is assigned to the Bolden Area Command, which is a part of our Community Safety Division. The suspect in this case is identified as Jarvis Williams. He is a 30-year-old male who is 5'11" and weighs 185 pounds. Williams was armed with a Walther 9mm handgun, and the investigation revealed that he fired 1 round. You'll see that firearm off to the left of me. The reason that's got this red coating on it is the suspect tried to hide the firearm inside a bag of flooring grout. You'll also notice that the magazine is missing. That was located inside the U-Haul vehicle that he drove to the scene. Detectives also recovered a .223 caliber AR pistol that was in the vehicle Williams was driving, and there were 28 rounds loaded in that magazine. Williams' charges consist of attempt murder with a deadly weapon, victim is a first responder, assault with use of a deadly weapon, victim is a first responder, battery with use of a deadly weapon, victim is a first responder, resisting a public officer with a firearm, driver disobeying a peace officer, endangering other persons, discharging a firearm into or at an occupied vehicle, discharging a firearm from a vehicle, burglary while in possession of a firearm, 2 counts of owner possession of a firearm by a prohibited person, and owning or possessing a firearm without a serial number. Other charges related to the robberies are going to consist of robbery with use of a deadly weapon and robbery with a vulnerable older person enhancement. The details of the event are as follows. On December 17th at approximately 11:10 a.m., LVMPD received a report of a robbery in the 2500 block of South Fort Apache Road. Details of that call stated that a black male adult, later identified as Jarvis Williams, robbed a victim at gunpoint in the parking lot of a business. The victim said the suspect was driving a U-Haul van. Approximately 20 minutes later, a second call was received by LVMPD dispatch where a robbery occurred in the parking lot of a business in the 2100 block of North Rainbow Boulevard. A witness to that robbery described the suspect as a male driving a U-Haul van with Arizona plates similar to the description in the first robbery. An LVMPD patrol officer along with the LVMPD air unit locate the vehicle near the intersection of Lake Mead Boulevard and Rancho Drive. The suspect vehicle pulls into the business at the 3900 block of West Lake Mead Boulevard, where our officer attempts to conduct a vehicle stop on this person. Williams fails to comply. He reverses the U-Haul van, striking the LVMPD vehicle, and then fleeing the scene at a high rate of speed. We're going to show you the video of the officer attempting to make that car stop here. Due to the violent nature of these calls and the fact that he backed into a Metro vehicle, pursuit was authorized, and they followed the vehicle to the 1900 block of West McDonald Road Avenue in North Las Vegas. Williams then exits the van, points a firearm at Officer Gutierrez, and fires 1 round, striking the LVMPD patrol car. You can see the patrol vehicle and the impact to the left. At 11:47 hours, Officer Gutierrez draws her firearm and fires 7 rounds towards Williams. Neither Officer Gutierrez nor Williams were struck by gunfire during this incident. I'm now going to play the body cam video of Officer Gutierrez as she exits the vehicle and Williams fires a round towards her. So we're going to show a slower version of this now, and there'll be a still shot where you can see that Williams is pointing the firearm directly at the LVMPD vehicle and our officer. I'm now going to show you a third-party video we obtained from residents in the area, which shows the suspect's actions during the officer-involved shooting. Williams continues to disregard officers and flees on foot to a nearby residence where he refused to exit, and the incident was declared a barricade. LVMPD SWAT section, along with hostage negotiators, responded to the scene and were able to take Williams into custody without further incident. This concludes the brief, and I'll answer a few questions.
Can you talk about the length of the barricade and what went into that and resolving it peacefully?
So, I mean, obviously our crisis negotiators and SWAT team are very good at what they do. When they come into this scene, the most important thing is to stabilize the scene. That's what the SWAT team does. They come in, they get that inner perimeter of the area, and are able to slow things down, get communications with Mr. Williams in this case, and negotiate that surrender peacefully so we don't have anybody else hurt during this incident.
Was it Williams' residence or a family member, or was it just a random residence?
It was a residence that was known to Mr. Williams.
This is obviously such a large part of the valley that was involved in this, from the southwest into Summerlin, up north, and into cross jurisdictions. Can you talk about that and how it played out a couple days ago, and just kind of navigating everything with the chopper and everything?
So what's really good with these incidents, obviously I don't want crime to happen, but the dispatchers, the officers, the watch commander, those teams that are out in the field are listening to these calls. They understand what's happening across those boundaries of area commands. And when that area unit comes on, we have that information that we are looking for a specific vehicle. We can focus our resources in on this. That allows us to use our technology that we have, whether it's with the helicopters, the drones, the LPRs, if we have a license plate, which we didn't have at first, but we were able to obtain that on the second incident, and start narrowing in to get this person into custody and get them off our streets so we can be safer in our community.
The other question I have is you mentioned off the top that this is the 6th OIS. Obviously, we had the 7th overnight, but you're comparing the numbers to last year. Can you, what attributes the decline this year?
So we look at each one of these shootings. They're independent of themselves. I've never seen two officer-involved shootings that are the same, but I can tell you what we've done from a Metro standpoint is we've pushed this de-escalation theory. We've pushed our officers to slow things down, slow the momentum, take current actions that can reduce the chance of an officer-involved shooting from the beginning of this. That's done from a couple different aspects. One is training. We have our Joint Emergency Training Institute. That is a world-renowned facility that we're using that we can put our officers into real-world scenarios, that they experience this before it's the first time they see it on the street, that they learn to slow that momentum down, make good choices, that it's safe for them and the suspect.
This is a random question. In the video, you can see the U-Haul when he hops out, the car still in motion. Do you guys know how the car came to a stop and if any other vehicles were damaged because of that?
Yeah, there were no other vehicles damaged. He left it and drive and got out of the car. Thank you very much. Have a nice day.